Right, so we talked earlier on about the different ways that you, the student voice, can get your opinions and your feedback back to us. And one of them is MEQs. Now, international finance is quite a big module in level 10.
Yes, it's an option module, taken by quite a lot of the students, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things here, and you touched on it earlier on, but you know, one of the things is there's a lot of emphasis is on the final essay and your assessment. And a lot of students felt that they needed a little bit more guidance. Is this quite common with accounting students? Do they need a little, because it's just not basic, you know, debit, credit, profit
it's
and loss?
It's something different, that's part of it. But again, what we have in the first 3 years is we have a syllabus which is tied to the professional bodies. So therefore a lot of what we do has to meet what they require in their syllabus, and also has to have an exam at the end of it, because it's a requirement to get a professional exemption, but we do a 2-hour, or in some cases a 3-hour exam in order to get through that. When we get to 4th year, we have a little bit more scope to then look at how do we ensure that we're meeting all the requirements of the QA for the professional oblique graduate honours degree. And in there we have to include a little bit more work that is independent. That allows the student to be in a position where they are doing something they've never done before, bringing in topics that perhaps they have not even necessarily learned in a class. In other words, what we're doing is we're moving people away from, if I can use the analogy here, from being handheld at the start to by 2nd year being held by 3 fingers, to 3rd year being held by 1 finger, and maybe if you're lucky, the thumb, to being dropped in 4th year, to be completely independent.
To fly the nest, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you look at QA's regulations and the structure of an honours degree, what it says is that the student must be an independent learner and, importantly, an independent thinker.
All right, okay.
And that's the real test of whether you're an honours student or not. Now, by giving people an opportunity to do an essay in an area that they select, now we have guidelines as to what you can do, because it's still international finance. You can't decide when you do international crochet, so you're going to pick up on something which is relevant to that area and then decide on that particular topic area yourself.
And do you think that's where they struggle quite a bit?
That's often the case, and we notice that as well when it comes to dissertations. Because right away students have to think about a dissertation topic. And this is now, for the purpose of this video, this is now November. So we will have some students who even now are still formulating a dissertation topic, despite the fact that dissertation really started at the start of September.
Yes.
Now that is often the case because they're picking a topic to begin with, perhaps, that they find it's not really what I want to look at. It's boring, it's not really something I get a lot of information out, so things change. But that's part and parcel of the whole experience. That's part and parcel of being an independent learner and an independent thinker.
And as you're saying, it's part of the honours year,
absolutely,
very much so.
Absolutely.
There's, in this international finance, am I right that there's no exam in it?
There's no exam. We used to have an exam, but what we found was we had exams for 3 whole years, and then we didn't really have enough scope to provide all the different assessment skills that people had. Now, we did have essays throughout the first few years, but nothing at an academic level. Now, the difference between a standard essay in the first 3 years and the academic level is the requirement to go out and find academic source material. In other words, to look at journals, to look at articles, published data that academics have put in the sector, which is now considered to be cutting edge. And for people to investigate that and use that as part of the understanding of their own topic. And using that as part of what you do in a dissertation as well. It's about understanding the topic. And you only understand that really by looking at what's out there, what people have been writing, and trying to be critical of that particular writing. And by critical, I don't mean going in there and saying that's terrible. What I mean is that you're looking at what people say that is similar, so you can compare
and contrast,
and then contrast where other people are saying things that are different. And often as well, especially when it comes to things like international finance and when it comes to dissertations, trying to put your own particular slant on it. And you can only do that if you really understand those topics, and you understand those topics by doing the academic research that goes with it.
So I'm going to pose a wee awkward question here to you. So this international finance doesn't have a final end of module exam as such. It's got this essay, and we totally get why you've got the essay. But a couple of the students have mentioned that they feel that the classes are not that well attended because there's no final essay. What are your thoughts? No final exam, excuse me. What are your thoughts on that?
Now, it may well be that people think the exam's the important thing. They must be there. If they miss something, it could come up in the exam and they don't get it. Now, Unfortunately, when it comes to the essay, it's your particular topic you're dealing with, and I suppose there's that feeling that, well, I've heard that chat, I've heard that particular lecture, I've done that topic, I don't need to turn up for anything else. But learning is not about exams, not about trying to memorise things so that you can produce it again
it's
in
none
the
of
exam.
the surface learning.
It's not, because once the exam's over, the chances are 2 days later, if we asked you a question about it, you wouldn't remember anything about it because you've learned it for
crammed
purpose.
it.
Doing these particular individual essays and these particular approaches of getting people in to listen to other people's topics and what they're doing is about peer-to-peer learning.
Yep.
We learn more from each other than we ever do from textbooks, and we learn more from each other than we ever do in preparing for an exam. So if I happen to be week 1's topic and I'm doing an essay on that, I would learn more if I turned up week 2, week 3, week 4 to listen to what other people are doing, to find out how they've done their research, to find out what they've learned as a result
you
of
can
doing
go and
that
get that wee golden nugget each
Absolutely,
week, couldn't you?
and certainly could make your particular essay substantially better if you think, I didn't think of that. I wish I'd done that. So you go back and you revise and you do things that are slightly different. But by going every single week and listening to other people, as well as the lecturer who's providing some material here as well, you have that opportunity. That plus is professionalism.
Absolutely.
If you don't turn up to work simply because someone's doing a task that you're not involved in, you get the sack. So I wouldn't expect you not to turn up to listen to someone else when it's a requirement of the programme.
And it's quite interesting you saying that, because in the SSLG, remember that student staff liaison group?
Yep.
It came up under contemporary accounting issues. Why do we have to sit through, you know, everyone else's presentations? So I would actually happily say you've answered that.
Absolutely.
And it's down to this professionalism in my
I would add another one as well, it's good manners.
Well, yes.
You know, and good manners counts for a lot in a professional environment. And if you can be seen to be someone who is considerate and willing to listen to other people's views, the chances are you're going to be more employable than someone that totally ignores them and simply thinks about yourself.
So again, that's one of these skills that I don't think you can actually teach somebody.
No, you can't.
You just have to kind of learn it year by year by year through experience, and you know, all we can do is signpost and point them in the right direction.
Actually, you learn through other people's behaviour as well. You learn what's right, you learn what's wrong. You look at other people who don't turn up and you think, well, that's ignorant, that's rude. And you look at people who do turn up and think, well, they're attentive,
They've made it,
they're asking questions, they're making the effort, they're showing the right kind of attitude. And employers pick up on that.
Of course they do.
They
Of
really
course
do.
they do.